Find all key features, then graph. Here we have factored form. Let's begin by grabbing the concavity, and the concavity is determined by the a value. Since my a value is negative, we're going to say this is concave down. Next, to evaluate the y-intercept, we have to evaluate the function at 0, but doing so, we're only going to be left with all of the constants. So here, this is going to be -1 because of that minus sign in front, multiplied with -1 and multiplied with -5. So -1 times -1 is +1, and if we multiply -5, we're going to get a +5. Now, to get the x-intercepts, we're going to look inside of the parentheses, and we're going to get the opposite of the values that we see. The opposite of -1, here that's going to be +1, so we have 1, 0. And then the second x-intercept, the opposite of -5 is going to be +5, so we get 5, 0. To get the axis of symmetry, we're going to add the x-intercepts together. So we're going to get 1 and add it with 5, we're going to get 6. After that, we're going to divide by 2 since we want to get the average. So now we're going to get this value. And again, we're always dividing by 2 since we're getting the average of two quantities. And 6 divided by 2 is going to give us 3. So the axis of symmetry is the line x equal to 3. Finally, to get the vertex, we're going to evaluate the function at the axis of symmetry. So we're going to get f of 3, replacing all of our x values by 3's. So this gives us negative 3 minus 1 multiplied with 3 minus 5. Alright, so now here, this is going to equal to -1. 3 minus 1 is 2, and 3 minus 5 is -2. -1 times 2, that's -2, and then we have the other -2. And -2 times -2 gives us +4. So the vertex is going to be at 3, 4. And a small little typo that I just recognized, this should be a -5, since -1 times -1 is +1, and if we multiply -5, we get -5. So now that we have all the key features, we can go ahead and graph this. So I'm going to begin by graphing the vertex, which is at 3, 4. So that's going to be right there. And now I'm going to draw the axis of symmetry, which is the line x equal to 3. And I'm going to cut my vertex in half. And now I'm going to plot the y-intercept, which is at 0, -5. Beginning at the origin, I'm going to drop down 5 units. Now I'm going to reflect this point. I see that this point is 1, 2, 3 distances away from the axis of symmetry. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3 distances, landing at the point 6, -5. And finally, I'm going to plot the x-intercepts, 1, 0, and 5, 0. So I get 1 on the x-axis and then 5 on the x-axis. Once I have all of my key features, I'm going to connect them with the curve to sketch out the parabola.